IPOB, the Indigenous people of Biafra, has called on President Donald Trump and the EU to save Igbo land from state-sponsored killings. Now, I will show you that report again on your screen. Another report came out last week. Over 20,000 Christians, Igbo Christians, 19,000 churches, and 3,000 Christian schools in Igbo land have been destroyed by herdsmen. Let me repeat again. Over 20,000 Christians, I'm talking about Igbo Christians, have been killed. 90,000 churches have been destroyed, and 3,000 Christian schools in Igbo land have been burned down and destroyed by herdsmen. I will show you that report again on the screen. That's according to the Vanguard newspaper, and this is flying all over the internet. I will say the US government are saying that they are going to clamp down on terrorists that are killing Christians across the nations of the earth. That is why the IPOB have called on Donald Trump to save them and the EU from the killings of Christians in Igbo land. Evangelist Benjamin is very popular, the Biafran evangelist, who is not afraid to say the truth, to say his mind. What do you have to say about it? Before you say anything, if you are watching, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, on notifications, drop your comments, click the like button also, like. Also share this video with others. Biafran evangelist, bad news from Igbo land. What do you have to say about this?
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are watching us from, and good evening as well. I remember humble said that Biafran evangelist that we always speak the truth and nothing but the truth because the Bible says so. Now listen and listen very good. The IPOB, that is the indigenous people of Biafra, are now calling on Donald Trump.
Yes.
To come for their help, for their aid, or to say that he should expose or help them to deal with those that are sponsoring the mass killing in the eastern region, because the people that suffer this pain are the Easterners, the Biafrans, the Christians, and the Igbos. They are the ones that suffer it. And when you made mention of the East, the Biafran or Christian, you are talking about Igbos. And let me tell you, before now, something took place. That was in 1967. They called it the Biafran War, the Civil War. As at that time, it was a religious war.
A religious war?
It was a religious war. I'm coming up again to tell you the truth. It was a religious war between the Islam and the Christians, and those Christians are the Eastern Christians. You understand?
But that is a civil war between the Nigeria and
my
the
brother,
Biafra.
it is a religious war. Check the paper that they fought to that time. It was a religious war. And let me tell you, and that something is still playing now. If you watch what Opus or them married, you will discover that the IPOB don't need much to tell Donald Trump about what is going on in the East, because already Opus or them and their gang have killed 20,300 Biafrans.
No, it's not opposed to them. No, they said it is an armed S-men. The report is on the Vanguard paper.
Armed S-men backed up with the opposed to them.
No, we can't.
He gave them the access. He gave them the room. He created the avenue for them to penetrate.
But that's
based on what the opposed to them confessed. I speak in the angle of his confession now.
What did he confess?
He confessed and said that those killings that took place, those crimes that took place in the East, that they leveled the allegation, the killings, they leveled it against the IPOB. He said that IPOB are not the one responsible for that. That means he used it as a way of playing game. So he gave them the room by lying against them. And the CDS Musa and Co. will now come, when they now come, they will begin to pick our brothers from house to house, room to room. And up to today, not all of them have returned back home. They detain some, while some are being pied. Nobody can tell the whereabouts of some. Currently now, 20,300 Igbos is gone. 19,000 churches burned down.
3,000 Christian schools.
3,000 Christian schools being destroyed.
I will show you the report on Vanguard.
I am not telling you, fellas, I'm telling you something that is 100% confirmed.
Yes, Vanguard carried it.
You understand? I'm not just, I will always tell you the truth, and that is my view. You understand? So Donald Trump, even calling on Donald Trump, I believe by the help of Donald Trump, it will help to curb the killing or the crime of the Biafrans, the Igbos, especially in the east. Look at recently, was it not yesterday? You saw, we all saw what happened. And they have been saying Simon Ekpan this, Nnamdi Kanu this. People now said that Nnamdi Kanu is not the one responsible. Now, there are certain Simon Ekpan. Is it Simon Ekpan that is doing this one in Plateau? Out of the hatred, they use whatsoever that happened in Nigeria, and they put it upon the Igbos, and they use that umbrella of that hatred to go and kill every Igbo man, every youth of Igbo man, to reduce the population of the Igbos so that they will not be able, to defend their father, their mother's land, their sister's land. And no wonder they are coming up again with this strategy of divide and rule system of government, dividing brothers.
But the question is that, and because I will show everybody the video. A US man, after 12 minutes of this interview, I'll show everybody the video. A man from the US is asking questions, and it's calling Donald Trump to hammer these people. He said that what do the Igbos have in common with the S-men? That how will they leave the north and come to Igbo land to start grazing their cattle? By then, killing the Igbos and then burning down their churches. What do the Igbos have with the S-men that they come all the way from the north to Igbo land to destroy their property?
God bless you, my brother. The thing tire me, and not just understand. Wetin come concern me and you be not. Why you not yourself in the northern side? I be east and I maintain my own side. Wetin come concern okra with a goosey? Why not maintain your own axis and let me maintain my own axis? Day your day, make I day my day. And una go live there, come my place. Or not only coming, you come and destroy my farmland, destroy the farm crops, kill our women, rape our women. And if any man rise a kind of to tell you that what you are doing is wrong, you fight the person. Last year, June, if I'm not mistaken, May, June, a young lady of 15, 16 years was raped in Enugu under the watch of Peter, was raped by 5 Fulanis. A farmer saw them, tried to rescue that child, they killed that, they killed him. And until today, nothing happened. Even those Fulanis that carry out that info, no police, not even the government, have done anything or said anything concerning that till today. Do you understand? Now, so what do we actually have with it? We don't have anything. So that is why what the white man said is correct. I concur with him and I agree with him. What do we actually have with you? But my day, your day, let me day my day. And another thing I want to chip in here is this. I don't blame them much. Do you know the people I blame? Those ones that claim to be the leader that are not qualified. Those ones that claim to be the leader that are not supposed to be. There are the people that is not our choice that force themselves into that place based on their political ambition, their political selfishness. That is why all this, and I believe based on this, their actions and their confessions now, it shows me that they used to sign an agreement with the Nigerian government or the Fulanis before going there. That is why you can see somebody that is 4th position becoming the 1st.
Now, before I allow you and our viewers to see the video from the US, but the man is very concerned that how did the Nigeria allow these people so powerful that they start killing and burning churches? He's a US man, and they have called Donald Trump to help Nigeria.
Yes, so yes.
I will allow you to see the videos in just after 2 minutes. But then, what is the role of the Igbo governor? I'm talking about Eastern governors in all these things. They set up Agune Chamber, Eobiagu. There's even one again. Udogachi in Anambra, but still yet we're still seeing the killings from the armed S-men in Igbo land. what do you think the Igbo governor should do? Why allow you to see the video?
There is something I want you to understand. You should ask yourself, the people that form this thing, who are they forming it for? And who are they standing for? And who is their master? And who are they going to serve? That is another thing. The governor in the east is serving the Fulanis.
Serving the Fulanis?
Yes.
And they voted for him in the east?
Baba, the people we vote for, they did not give us the person we voted for. You understand? Just as we did not, Nigerians did not vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but Bola Ahmed Tinubu is there. You understand? So, and that is the system. So, as I was saying,
it is INEC that will decide who will be the president. So, INEC has said it's Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president. So, we have to accept, or we have to accept the INEC decision. But continue. So, I'll show my viewers the video.
Over there, as I'm saying, those people that they form, Agune Chamber, Udogachi, Ebubago, you should have asked yourself, on what purpose are they being formed? They are formed in the purpose to serve Nigeria and to help Nigeria to sabotage their brother, just as their leader. So they are not working in favor of the people, they are working in the favor of their master, which are the Fulanis.
Okay.
You understand? And that is why we now do not have confidence, just as Nigerians do not have confidence in the military and in the police. The same way we do not have confidence in them.
Okay, let me allow you and my viewers to see the video of the American man. It was,
but Tinubu having assessed that clearly, even though he was being brought by the Northerners, you know, the Northerners have seen that the possibility of Tinubu dismantling the northern structure, sending a wrong signal to the middle belt against the core north, you know. So the guy is playing a very dangerous dark politics at this point. So it becomes very clearly that the signs on the wall is signaling that Nigeria is going to enter an era of deep somersault, you know, crashing as a nation, possibly, and the system is going to erupt. That will lead to that, possibly from north. You know, you can see the intensity of killing, majorly in the middle belt axis down to some part of the eastern part of the country. You know, so looking at that, there might be an intelligence report, even though Tinubu has mandated the newvideo and the rest of them. He cannot be rest assured that those people are at his back to carry out to make sure that this killing stops. It has been there always. But the main thing is that looking at the governor himself of Delta State, who has spearheaded mass defection, the gale of defection to APC and the powers that be. Unfortunately, with that ideology, that the Nigerian politicians, that's what they are. You know, somebody that was a vice president or in the last election under Atiku was the one who is seen moving to APC. And there's another big man behind the scene who shared the same political space and a colleague of the present president of Nigeria, talking about James Ibori, who structures was reactivated by immediately Tinubu came to power because they were all former colleagues. The same politics Ojokal is trying to play in Abia State is what has triggered that. And the threat of, you know, corruption charges and here and there over this, because once you move to APC, your sins has been forgiven. So now, but the people themselves of Delta State are not in support of that movement, you know. But Tinubu is playing politics of, you know, money. The governors have more allocations now than ever in any history of Nigeria's leadership under democratic setting, where the governors have experienced huge amount of allocation, you know. So with this threat, let me put it that way, or signal coming from the entire southern bloc that Tinubu has finally swallowed the southern bloc, you know, and standing firm against the north. The north is already seeing this, you know, that the possibility that if they reject Tinubu finally, that it might lead to breakup of Nigeria. And the signals are there. Some analysts have put it in that direction because the rising, the uprising, you know, the gang up from the north might result to violent occurs against any southern interest within the political space, and that might engineer, the final collapse of Nigeria. And the North are saying they are ready. If Nigeria can collapse, they are ready. After all,
are you sure they are ready? With what's on ground, are you sure the Northern?
Of course, you can see one of the special advisors to Tinubu, who served under Buhari, who just resigned from Tinubu's government. I think something Ahmed or whatever, who happens to be the secretary of Northern Forum Consultative Forum, who made it very clearly, that the North is going to decide on the direction that we want to go at the end of the day. But whatever happens, what if tomorrow we wake up, we see all the entire Northern governors of 19 states moving back to CPC? What will happen to APC? So that's why people are saying that the man is playing a very dangerous, dark politics, that that can lead to collusion, and that can trigger political unrest in the country, because the North will see, we brought you and you are sending this kind of message signal to the entire North. And remember also to that Tinubu might likely have his way at the end of the day, because it is clear that Atiku is having an ambition, and the power cannot return back to the North. That's the truth. That's not how the power go back to the
South.
It is.
So, but the North are insisting that they want to come back to power. What do you think will happen?
They're not coming back to power. Does not justify or the rationale behind justice, one Nigeria, the way it's supposed to be, because we just had 8 years of Buhari, uninterrupted. So the balance is that the South should also enjoy whatever. But since they left power, you can see the kind of condemnation that is coming, even from Buhari's men who just left office, and saying that the globalization agenda has already taken place in Aso Rock. The lopsided appointment, that has flooded Yorubas every corner. And at the same time now, the only PDP region, is moving massively to APC, signaling that the old PDP is in the hands of Wike. Why the new PDP that was so under former Senate President Bukola Saraki is in the hands of Atiku Abubakar. So how are they going to balance that? I made it very clearly that competing ambition will lead to maximum disintegration of political parties in Nigeria, and that maximum disintegration will also echo the prophetic words of Nnamdi Kanu of how Nigeria is going to possibly break up. And already people have already seen Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the last president of Nigeria as it stands today. So the way it is, like what Gani Adams is saying, the major players now, I pray it didn't get to the side of Abia State, where Alex Oti is the governor of that state. But I can tell you, most of these governors we are seeing now, I tell you, go and check their source. Most of them are being installed there by the Fulanis. Among the 19 states in the north, currently now, there's no Hausa man that is a governor. All of them are Fulanis. And the Fulanis are just 16 million people in the north there as their region, while the Hausas themselves are about 66 million. You can see the difference, So, and the north is also capitalizing on their voting strength. With small alliance in the south can remove Tinubu from office at the end of the day. That's just the truth. So, whatever dangerous angle he's taking, we saw the governor of Akwa Ibom talking about definitely there's no going back. We are going to see Peter Mba of Enugu State, the worst governor, if I might say, in terms of not being bold enough. We are not seeing that boldness in him to challenge the Fulani killing in Enugu State. Unfortunately, that's what it is. And some other governors too, but I do not see, the only governor that I'm seeing there that might likely stand his ground, irrespective of whatever happens, is the governor of Bayelsa State. And of course, Alex Oti will not be alone at that range. So the North is also looking at this thing. For me, I felt that it should have been an underground work, prepared, waiting for the right time to manifest. It is too early to start threatening the North and showing signal of what it intends to do ahead of 2023. 2027 election. I'm talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Okay, but do you not think from the as regards the southern governors defecting to APC, do you not think they are doing for their selfish interest?
Oh, of course, you know, I told you there's a reason why they are having more allocations now than any other administration in the history of